Okay, we've had mega shows before, but this is a mega show. We have Bassmaster Classic champions. We have Anglers of the Year. We have Bassmaster Elite Series champions, Bassmaster Open winners. We have Bass Fishing Hall of Famers, and they are all wrapped up into one show, and all of them, they're up to something. And they join me this week. I'm
Bob Cobb from the Bassmaster. Welcome to Mercer.
Oh, giddy up. This is going to be a good one. Welcome one, welcome all, friends, family, freeloaders, fishing freaks, and of course you, my humpers. Happy hump day to all of you, and welcome into the Awkwardly Honest Fishing Podcast that goes by my last name, which is Mercer. This is the 257th edition of the Mercer Podcast, and I hope wherever you're watching or listening from, that life is treating you well. We got a banger this week. I get it. It's my job to come on here and be like, wow, what a great show we have this week. And I'll be honest, that's not a hard job because thankfully for the friends that I have, every single week's show just seems to get better and better. I mean, Christie's show last week, awesome. Can't thank him enough for being so open, so honest. Speaking of the Christie win, if you get a chance, go check out the interview that Matt Pangarak did with him on Bass Talk Live. They get a lot more into some of the baits and technical stuff that we didn't really touch on. So make sure you check that out. But I am so thankful that we get to do a pretty decent show every single week. That is the goal. Well, this week's show is a whole different level. Our cup runneth over this week is what I'm saying. I mean, we have 8 different Elite Series pros plus Mark Zona, and it's going to be a fun show. So pour yourself a cup of Java, pop the popcorn, do whatever it is you do when you're listening to this podcast. This is going to be a fun one because this entire group of people, well, they're up to something. And that something is something that I think we all kind of started with. I mean, if you think of your first tournament, for many of us, it was a Tuesday nighter. It was a Wednesday nighter. It was just a weekday event that was just a few hours. And that is kind of the event that imprinted the love for tournament fishing in you. Well, we're going to do that, but we're going to do it with 8 Elite Series pros. They're paired together in teams. They're going to get 3 hours to compete and trash talk and have fun. You're going to see kind of an unedited Elite Series. Just think about it. The thing that people don't really stop to think about the Bassmaster Elite Series is that group of anglers is incredibly talented, but that group of anglers always has pressure on them. I don't think the public realizes just how much pressure there always is to put out points, to make sure you don't have a bad one, because you can't have a bad one anymore. Well, they don't have any pressure on them. They just have the pressure they put on themselves in this format. It is going to be something very, very cool. It's April 21st, starts at 4:30 Central Time, 5:30 Eastern, goes to 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, and we're going to have a 3-hour shootout with some of the wildest teams ever imaginable. And I'm lucky that I get to stand beside Mark Zona and commentate on it. It's going to be real, raw, unfiltered bass fishing buffoonery. It is just going to be awesome. I mean, if you listen to how much these guys chirp each other when the cameras are off, I think we're going to see some of that. We're going to get to see if these teams gel together very well, because for the most part, actually for all of them, I don't think any of them have ever fished together. They're not going to get a chance to pre-fish together. They're going to hop in a boat and you're going to have a camera to see all the awesome awkwardness unfold right in front of our eyes. It is really going to be fun. And as I said, I get to stand beside Zona and commentate on this. And I'll be honest, I don't think this is shocking to any of you, but we are both not really a good influence on each other. I mean, we have a lot of fun together, and we've always kind of joked that it's good thing we don't live closer, or both our lives would maybe be a lot more fun, but a bit of a train wreck. Well, we're going to be standing right beside each other, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun commenting on this. We'll probably needle each other to put both of ourselves in positions that, well, quite frankly, our bosses definitely don't want to see us in, but it will make for great television. It's going to be on Bassmaster.com. It's going to be on Bassmaster's YouTube. It's going to be a cool viewing experience. I hope that all you guys, I hope all the humpers get in the comments. I'm going to have YouTube open while it's happening. I'm going to try to interact with you guys. It's going to be something very, very cool that, to be honest, I'm really excited about. So I thought, what better thing to do than to get the 4 teams together and let's talk to them. Some of them are talking for the very first time, just found out that they were paired together. But before we even do that, I'm going to bring Z in, and I'm going to get him to break down the teams and what he thinks this is going to be. And if you can tell I'm excited, you're right. I'm very, very excited about this. And I think this is going to be a fun show. We're going to kick it off with Zona, and then we'll follow it up with all 4 teams. So, as I said, pour a cup of Joe, pop some popcorn, put your seatbelt on, do whatever you do when you're listening to this. This is going to be a good one. Without further ado, let's jump right into it and hook. For a guy that moves the hole that makes the words, you think I'd be better at talking, but I'm not often. But a guy that's very good at talking is our very first guest, Bass Fishing Hall of Famer, the Z Train, Mark Zona. Z, April 21st. It's all going down.
It is
Tuesday Night Live.
Dave. Hey, I'm not saying this jokingly. I'm actually covering the Elite Series event on Muskogee, and I've told you this. I told you this on another podcast, Best on Tour podcast. I'm actually looking forward to the Tuesday Night Live more than the Elite Series event on Muskogee. No. Hey, I'm actually being serious about this. Hats off to little Mikey V, Mike Valster, and a bunch of companies, AFCO in particular, for this idea, because every one of us started and cut our teeth in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Heck, I made a small living on those little jackpots. And the best thing is about this, and we're going to get into the teams. And I was hoping for awkward and weird teams. Bullseye. The fans voted on it. But the great thing about night tournaments is, and anybody that's watching the Mercer podcast right now knows this. Yeah, you say the word fun, F-U-N. Dude, the guys that are in this tournament, when that bell rings, you would think it's the next level, the final day of the Bassmaster Classic. And we will see Dave, let me break down the greatness of these teams. And again, I need to stress this, Dave. We've got four teams, star-studded, star-packed teams for the Bassmaster Tuesday Night Live. Let me start with, here's the team there's 2 teams I'm scared of. And then there's 2 teams awkwardly I'm very scared of. Hey, the great thing, let's set it up. The great thing is this being on Table Rock Lake. Dude, I've said this. It is a fish factory. And what better place to have a Tuesday night tournament than somewhere where they're going to climb on them? And here's the great thing. Besides having a lot of history on that lake that exact week, I've got buddies down there now fishing ultimate match fishing. They're biting. They are biting. And it should nothing change. It should only get better. And all 3, and I know you're assistant tournament director. I'm in charge of polygraphs afterwards.
Thank you.
Right. 5 fish limit, spotted bass, smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, I believe. And don't quote me on this. No night tournament has really like concrete rules. So, right? All right, let's go. 5 fish limit. Here we go. I don't know. I got to get with Valster and Bassmaster about it being a 3-hour event. And again, I'm going to throw this to you, Dave. I don't know the rules on forward facing. Can you use it for 1 hour?
I think you can use it straight up.
I just wanted to do that for the Boat Forum Central.
I think we're going to shoot a flare for the forward facing sonar hours, and then a second flare is turn it off.
Calling it happy hour. Okay, so here's the first team I'm scared of, because I think they're going to gel and mesh very good for what I think the fish will be. They'll be doing. Drew Cook, Jason Christie. Drew Cook, as the fans have voted, Drew Cook, Jason Christie. And again, for our viewers right now on Mercer Podcast, you can have two of the best fishermen on earth, whether it's your local Tuesday nighter or Bassmaster too. You can have the two best. And if they don't do this, it don't work. I think that team is going to be very powerful. Team number 2. I'm not sure. Drew Benton, Mike Iaconelli. Drew Benton. Who runs that trolling motor? Listen, you have fished with Ike. I have fished with Ike. Love the guy. It is mentally taxing. And I'm not sure. Listen, as nice and kind as Drew comes across, and he is, he does have a rev limiter. Okay.
Drew is supposed to be the captain of the boat, but doesn't. I mean, Iaconelli broke my trolling motor when I had him on my TV show, and that was just for a TV show. So
Iaconelli drowned on my show, and I saved him. All right. So listen, that is team awkwardly team number 2. Team number 3, one that I think will gel if one of the team members can get out of his own way and tell his partner the truth. That being Kyle. No, sorry, I got that wrong. For some reason, I was going down the path of Patrick Walter. Look, man, I have been very messed up with a lower back injury, and I messed up Patrick for Patrick Walters. So Kyle Welcher, Kyle Patrick. I feel like they're going to work together. I just made that part up. I don't know if that team's going to work together, Dave. Okay.
Two total opposites.
No. Our final team. Boy, this is odd. This is odd in many ways, but I'm looking forward to calling it with this team. Give me Bryan New and Chris Johnston. Listen, here's the great part of this. As much as I look at Drew Cook and Jason Christie, 2 intimidators on the water, there are in here, if you look at Bryan New, Chris Johnston, Kyle Welcher, Kyle Patrick, the team of Kyle's Deuce, Drew Benton, Mike Iaconelli. One of those awkward, weird teams one of those awkward, weird teams is not going to work. One of them really, I think, is going to work. There you go. There's the teams.
That's what'll make it fun to watch. And me and you get to commentate on this. No holds barred. This will be
nothing.
A lot of fun. Less commercials.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Are there a lot of commercials during Bassmaster?
I didn't say that. I just said that there's going to be less commercials than traditional Bassmaster broadcasts. A 3-hour shootout.
And as I understand, the viewers there's like prizes. We got prizes for the winner of this thing. I think there's prizes for the commentators. Let's do more of these night events.
I'm all for that. It's like, let's make a deal meets the Bassmasters,
which we kind of already have in a weird way, but yes. And hey, here's the very cool thing about this is you, the viewers of Bassmaster Live, we see a lot of these guys on game day. Not as much Kyle Patrick, but the rest of the group in there, we see them in a very, very, like Jason Christie looks like he's going to terminate people during a Bassmaster Elite Series event, which I think he will be in that mode during this, right?
I don't think he knows how to not be in that mode when you step on a boat.
No, I've seen him on a pontoon. He can get out of that mode.
Your pontoon is like a special elixir, though. You could take the most serious person on earth. Something happens when it's like the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Yes.
It takes you places.
It does.
How is it going to fish?
Well, the great thing about Table Rock, especially the area that I fish, that I'm the most familiar with, by far the most familiar with, is really from Cow Creek to basically Big Cedar Lodge, which is the dam area of the lake. The dam area of that lake, from all of the Bass Pro events and Pro-Ams that I fish there in April, the great thing is all three species will be at play. The other thing that's really cool about that region of the lake, numbers are going to be great. No, dude, every main lake point, you can catch a limit in 10 to 20 casts. The great thing, and I think this is who's going to win this thing, whoever can catch a quick limit of smallmouth, but they're bullets. They're 16 inchers that weigh predominantly, they weigh like 2 to 2.25 pounds. But every one of those, and a lot of those fish will be setting up to spawn. Whoever can back that up, and I spy a big largemouth in the back of Indian, in the back of Cow, in some of the pockets right near the dam, they're probably going to win this. Or somebody that lives right around Kimberling City, because that's its own little environment right there. But the great thing about this, this is a really long answer. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can have fun with this event. We can make fun of the anglers, which is what we already do on Bassmaster Live a lot. There will be a little bit of post spawny, and pre-spawny, all in a 3-hour span. And I think, man, here's the scary thing: if like a Drew Cook and a Jason Christie say, "Oh, the hell with catching a limit of smallmouth or spotted bass, we're going to go for 5 largemouth." That is kind of the spooky thing in this tournament.
Yeah. And they're going to be out there for 2 days as part of the media event. And I feel horrible for the media people that are going to fish with them, because they're literally just going to be focused on looking for them. But it's going to be a fun event. Don't want to miss this.
Yes, I'm very excited. And again, it's good. Again, I think you nailed it. I hope this is the start of things to come. I used to cover Redfish Cup back in the days, and those events on the water, off the water with the redfish fishermen, there was some stuff that I wish a lot of our Bassmaster, anglers, hey, you're fishing for a living. Enjoy this time of your life. Have more fun, and I think we're going to do that in the Bassmaster Tuesday. I'm really, really looking forward to doing this.
So am I. It's going to be a fun one. Thank you, Z.
Love you.
It's nice.
It takes a real man to come on a podcast in a pink room.
Yes, it does. This is my wife's office.
Okay. Is it wrong of me to say this? Of the two of you that I thought would show up in a pink room, it was not Welcher.
I agree, 100%.
Team Kyle squared. How are you guys feeling? What are your shot in this bad boy?
I feel pretty good about it. I feel like a a team tournament, a lot of times you play off each other's strengths and weaknesses. And I feel like, me and Kyle have some similar strengths, and then we have some strengths that are different from each other. So I think it could be really, really good in a team format.
I love a team derby so much, dude. I mean, let's be honest, right? Kyle, you can probably there are times, actually, no, I have more fun in team derbs than I do on the Elite Series. And that's not a shot at the Elite Series. That's how I grew up fishing. So ever since I was 13 years old, fishing team derbs. And there's just something special about a team derb. And I think there's especially something special about a team derb with 2 Elite Series guys in the boat, both named Kyle, both badasses. Well, you're a badass. I don't know. I might be. We'll see.
Well, let's try this. If you guys were applying for this job, and we'll start with you, Kyle Patrick, and then we'll go to Welcher. What do you think you bring to this team?
I think I bring some dang good energy. I'll say that, number one. Look, I'm going to be a good hype man. Welcher, you're going to catch one, and I'm going to get jacked, as if I caught that bass. So I think that adds to the aura of the boat. We're going to have good energy going into this. And even if we're down by 5 pounds, we don't know it. I'm going to bring that energy and that hype. I'm also a Senko king. So I'm in the back of the boat, dude. I will be snatching bass on a Senko. Okay. Big time. So I have no problem sitting back and letting Kyle do his thing when he needs to. And I will pick apart with the Senko. I really will. I will grind out with that 5-inch bait. Okay. Just letting you know.
It's a lot. He's bringing a lot. Welcher, what are you bringing to this team?
So I'm not sure exactly the fundamentals of yin and yang, but whichever one of those two is the calm one, that will be me. So I'm assuming I'm yin and he's yang because yin sounds calmer. So, I try to be a really reactive fisherman all the time. I never want to be too dialed in. I just want to react. And I feel like in team tournaments, that's even better because you not only are you reacting to the fish and the clues you get, but you're reacting to your partner as well because they're getting info also. So I feel like you can make adjustments even faster in a team tournament because I'm not going to say you get twice as much information because the guy in the back typically doesn't get as much information as the guy in the front, but you do get more information. So it makes it easier to actually make adjustments and react when you've got 2 people fishing. So I'm going to try to be the calm, neutral one that kind of I like that. Hopefully puts us around a couple and we make good decisions. But I just like to be reactive and having 2 people to kind of play off of. I think it helps because all fishermen get to the point in a day where you don't really know what's your next move. We all feel that at some point. You're like, man, where do I want to go? And you zoom out on your map. So to have somebody else there to kind of bounce ideas off of, that'd be really cool.
I also one other thing to add to that.
Please,
I feel like I'm pretty good at I never feel like I'm I feel like I'm a good learner. So when Welcher's hey, dude, I want you to try to do this. I'm all in, putting 100% effort. I don't feel I feel like I have confidence in a lot of different things. So I'm never tied to one deal. So I'm very willing to learn from Welcher's experiences in the front of the boat and just put that to work and grind out something, either a big bass or a couple. Thinking 3 or 4 maybe.
Well, it doesn't have to be. So me and him have not even talked yet. Any strategy or nothing like that.
Oh, yeah, we don't know.
It doesn't have to be that I'm in the front. We'll be in my boat.
Oh.
Hold on. You can't be in here. My son's half naked.
No, he's
welcome. He's half naked. That's why he can't be in here. Not because I don't want him in here. He don't got no pants on. So he can't be on camera. We'll get demonetized for sure.
Yeah. No, we don't want that.
But the boat is going to be a tool for the week. It doesn't have to be that I'm running it or that you're running it or whatever. We'll just kind of play it by ear on that aspect. But I mean, if you've got confidence in something, I'll let you run it. I don't care. I'm very competitive against the other boats. I'm not going to be competitive against my partner. So we can work however we need to work.
I'm with you.
I think it's a good setup because I'll be honest, Kyle Patrick. I feel like whatever direction it goes, I feel your yin should choose a little yang at times. So I mean, this may work out good. You're gonna have to make decisions quick, though. 3 hours. How is that going to affect things?
I would bet
you broke up there.
You only have 3 hours, so you're going to have to make decisions quick. Things are going to have to come together quick. It's not a full day. So how is that going to affect this event?
I would bet right now a healthy amount of money. I have fished more 3-hour tournaments than anyone else on the Elite Series. I bet I have fished twice as many as the second most of anybody on the Elite Series. I literally fish them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Most nights in the summer, I'll fish 3 a week. Like, all the time. Like, dude, I fish so many 3-hour tournaments that, I mean, I feel like that's why I don't really get rattled that much in the elites. Because, I mean, there's a lot of times where I got one fish and 45 minutes left and then end up, you win the tournament because it takes like 20 minutes to get on the right deal. So,
it does.
I mean, we got 45 minutes left. I'll run 10 miles away from the ramp, and go fish for 25 minutes because, I mean, it's such a small window that you have to actually catch them. Because in 3 hours, like you just need to do above average. You don't have to do like what we do on the elites, which is catch them better than the lake actually produces most of the time. You just got to be above average because of the time constraints. So I'm pretty comfortable in a 3-hour time slot, but I'm not that comfortable on that lake. So I don't know it very well. So we gotta dial that one in.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that because it's totally true. What you're saying is like, people tend to think like, man, I only have an hour left. It's like, man, you've got an hour of fishing. That's a long time. But like, we don't think about it that way because tournament time in our brains is a whole lot different than the reality of what an hour actually is. So that's kind of interesting. I fall into that trap of getting like stressed when there's an hour left.
Stress is going to be a big thing in this. I mean, there's going to be a lot of trash talking. So if you look at your competitors, what team stands out to be, or you know what? Screw that. That's unfair. I don't want to do that to you guys. I don't want to put you in a position where you have to pick a team to put a target on. So I'm going to make you put a target on all teams. Let's run through them all. Why are you not concerned about Bryan New and Chris Johnston?
I mean, you have to be a little bit concerned about everybody, but I feel like it doesn't matter who's on the other team. If I do my job and do my deal, there's nobody like it. When I'm firing on all cylinders, it does not matter who is fishing against me. It does not matter. Like, I'm going to catch them. I'm going to catch them better than everybody else. That's how I feel whenever stuff goes right.
Hey, you think when you're, and here's the deal. Welcher's going to be firing.
He's going to talk for a minute. If you need to deal with your son, that is totally fine.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I feel like he is training for a day in the boat with you, Kyle Patrick. I feel like he is well equipped.
That was a good one, Dave. That was a good one. Look, Welcher's going to be firing on all cylinders. And, dude, I'm going to make him fire an extra cylinder. So think about Welcher on all cylinders. And I'm going to be like, bring that up a notch. And we're going to go one more cylinder. So when he's firing on, what is it usually, 8 cylinder? I'm going to put him on the 9th cylinder. Okay? Yeah.
Have you ever imagined competing on the 9th cylinder, Kyle Welcher?
I usually try to knock it down a little bit. I feel like my brain works too much. I try to slow it down some. So we're going to see. We're going to see if that works or not.
Okay, that was really bad trash talking of Bryan New and Chris Johnston. But I'm getting the vibe that are you guys not willing to trash talk any of these teams? Because just so you know, they will get the opportunity to trash talk you guys.
I don't care.
Chris is a Canadian. No offense, Dave. Look, he is. I feel like Bryan New and Chris Johnston are going to eat each other alive at the front of the boat. They're going to they're going to try to be on. They're not going to. It's not going to be like I'm comfortable with Welcher running the front of the boat all day. And I'm fine with that. We put our trust in Welcher. I don't know if they're going to have that same. I don't know if they're going to have that same, team and like mentality. I don't know.
Okay. What about Drew Benton and Mike Iaconelli?
I honestly feel like those are further apart than me and Kyle, actually. Like, I feel like that's even more of a spectrum. I don't know if there's enough yin and yang in the world to get them to be kosher.
No.
No. So I don't know. I mean, that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna become is who can work the best as a team, and I don't know. We're gonna see if that one works. I just don't see that one fitting together very well.
The other competitor, and I mean, can't pick a lot of holes in this team. Jason Christie and Drew Cook.
They're gonna be strong. The deal is though, there's some things that if it's working, they're going to catch them really, really good. And if there's some things where if it's not working, they're going to have to get out of their comfort zone like I will, or like a lot of us will. So, that's just going to depend on the lake. Nobody's going to catch them. Table Rock is so diverse. We're probably all four going to fish completely differently. So I'm going to go all in that me and Kyle are going to have the best strategy going into the tournament. We're going to have the best game plan. So that's how we're going to beat them, is just by out strategizing.
All right. And I promise you, I'm going to keep that jig in my hand. Oh boy!
I thought it was a Senko. We're all over the place already.
Well, it's a jig. It's a jig or a Senko, Welcher. I mean, man, it sets up a lot like. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. It sets up a lot like Ozarks, and that's my one bass win is Ozarks. So I feel confident in Table Rock.
All right. You're moving around a lot with baits, but let me ask you, what concerns you? I mean, when you guys have never fished together before, have you?
No.
So when you fish with somebody new, I don't know about you, maybe it's just a person on a trade with me. I'm always like, there's always something I'm worried about when I'm fishing with that person. What concerns you about your partner, Kyle Patrick?
It's a good question. Honestly, it would be more so that my energy throws him off his calm. I'm worried that he won't be able to handle this energy, but I'm going to dial it back a little bit until we're really in a groove, and I'm going to really unleash it when we catch him. Like when we start catching them, it's going to be insane. But like I'm going to really try to dial it back for Welcher, because I think that's going to help, his mentality. Like I don't want to come off too strong right off the bat, and I'll be all jacked up, fired up. I want Welcher to be his assassin self that he is.
Kyle Welcher, what concerns you about Kyle Patrick?
The biggest thing that comes into my head is that sunscreen stuff. I don't know if that's contagious or like you can, you have to do that to be part of the team, or it's like a hazing or what. But that's the thing that concerns me. I just don't want any part in any of that, around me. So
you don't want the luck of the sunscreen?
If it's lucky, I may put like a little bit on my nose. I'm not doing
that
full blown.
I need that out of you.
The biggest thing for me is we're going to be fishing out of my boat. So the biggest concern I have is making sure that I get all my secret baits out of there before we both get in there digging around. I just want to make sure I got the boat. I got just nothing but the standard basic stuff that catches them in there. Make sure all my secret stuff's out of the boat and in the truck.
Okay, you give it to me. I'll keep an eye on all your secret stuff for you if you want. Don't get that zinc on his upholstery, Kyle Patrick. It will never come off, will it?
No.
Is that what it is? Is zinc?
Zinc,
yeah.
Zinc?
It's straight zinc. I used to wear it all the time when I surfed.
Yeah, I've seen it for surfing, yeah.
Yeah, and it looks cooler on surfers.
Typically it's just like a little right there. Typically,
they do the lip, they do the lips, the nose, the cheeks. I haven't done the cheeks because this is the problem. I worry about getting skin cancer here and on my lips.
Yeah.
Well, we can see you're concerned. The rest of the field needs to be concerned. What you gonna do when Team Kyle Squared runs wild on you? Thank you, guys.
Today's high-tech fishing world can be a real pain in the neck, especially if you're running the wrong mounts. Beat Down Outdoors, they bring the graph to you. And they support this podcast and care enough about you to make this a short ad read. Check out Beat Down Outdoors. Now back to the show.
Team New Johnston. That sounded weird, actually.
It sounded very weird.
Have you guys actually talked since the vote was tallied up and you guys got paired together?
No. I didn't know about it until a little bit ago. A couple hours ago, you texted us.
I'll see you had no idea.
Strategizing.
I know very little details about what's going on other than we have a night derby and I found out fish with new and we're going to take the other team's money. That's all it comes down to, right?
Absolutely. We're going to, hey, listen, I don't know if we will, but I'm a pretty good net man. Like, you're really good at catching bass. And Yeah, I don't know. We're going to slap them around pretty good. I know that.
Is it a 5 fish limit or 3? For some reason, I thought I read 3.
No, 5 fish limit,
Is it
3-hour
5?
tournament, as far as I know. And you guys don't get any. I think you guys will be on the water separately the day before or the day of doing media stuff. So you don't get any time to kind of gel as a team. Does that concern you guys?
Let's be serious. When we're doing media stuff and teaching people how to use lures and stuff, we'll be going down the bank looking too. Be a little
100%.
scouting involved.
Absolutely.
All right,
I guarantee Cook and Benton will be looking for bedded bass while they're doing media day.
100%.
And there
we're
probably
I'm
will
gonna
be
follow
some,
behind
right?
them, and I'm going to follow behind them with my trolling motor, and like.
You did that. Don't. I mean.
Or you could be like the guy that just got caught putting air tags in people's boats.
Yeah, there's that guy. How crazy is that?
It's a crazy world.
I was even worse from Toronto, Dave. Did you know that?
I heard that. I don't know him. Unlike what people would think. But I mean, I'm just blown away that we're living in a world where people are doing stuff like that. But the cool thing about this is kind of back to what I think made most of us fall in love with tournaments. You know, Tuesday night jackpot event, you know, there's no fishing for points. There's no any of that pressure. It's just go cave their skulls in.
Yeah.
What do you think? You're the captain of this boat. I mean, are you in charge? Are you going to backboat the back-to-back angler of the year?
Look, this is a team. We're a team. Like, whatever it takes to make the team succeed is what we got to do. And, I mean, you know, I used to be pretty good at catching bass. Now I'm just there. And Chris has always been good at catching bass. Have you ever fished at night, though?
I've never fished at night. Everyone asks me, you ever have a night fish? I've never fished a night tournament. I fished evening ones, Dave, like 3 to 7.
Okay.
But I've never done like a night tournament once the lights come on.
Well, I think this is.
I'm okay with skipping a Cinco on the back deck. I'll be your net man. I'm good with it. $5,000 is $5,000.
Absolutely.
Is that what you guys get paid? $5,000 for this bad boy?
I didn't even know that.
I think it's $5,000 up for grabs. It's winner take all. That's what I heard.
I'm good with that.
Okay,
let's look to get to the next tournament. At least some of it.
Yeah. It's not cheap nowadays. Riddle me this: if you were applying for this job, Bryan New, I'll ask you first because you're the captain. What do you bring to this team?
I don't know.
It's a bad sign.
That is a bad sign. No, we've got a task. We got to figure out how to do it. You know, we got to figure out how to win. I'm a good team player. Hey, if I'm running trolling motor and Chris comes up with something and starts doing something off the wall and starts catching, like, get your butt up here and go to work. Like, I'll sit back here and hold that dipper.
I feel like New would bring that he is the most organized tackle guy from what I hear, and will have every lure imaginable in his boat organized and ready to go. Like all the secret baits. I'll probably learn something.
I do have that.
Yeah. He's got a mega pile of kyoikis. Just steal his kyoikis. It's a win-win.
If I get another phone call, somebody wanting a koiki, I'm changing my number.
Chris, what do you... Yeah, you trust me. He's got compartments full of them. Chris, bring a shopping bag. Chris, what do you bring to this team other than really bad audio right now?
My audio's no good.
Well, it just sounds like we're talking in a restroom. That's all.
That's usually where my office is. I don't really know. Same with New. I don't know. I just want to go out and have some fun and catch some bass.
Yeah.
I don't care who catches them. As long as we go 5 big ones and can beat the other guys, I'm good with it. I don't care how we do it. I don't care if New sees a 6-pounder on a bed. I'll let him go to work and I'll fling out the back and just wait for him to catch it. I don't care. I'm there to have some fun.
You have to have some pretty good experience on that body of water by now with all the Bass Pro stuff you've done there over the years.
I think I fished there once 12 years ago. That's it. I know nothing.
I thought you did a lot of Bass Pro Media stuff there. No.
No, I avoided most of those. Don't tell them.
Well, they just found out. What's your experience on that body of water?
I fished a FLW there. That was 2012, I think, as a co-angler. And that was like pre-spawn, flooded. Or no, it was spawn and it was flooded. And then I fished the Toyota Championship there in the fall. So not a whole lot.
But
all right, let me read.
Literally is forward facing and probably a koiki.
Yeah.
Throw it around some docks or something.
I think we need to vote this is we're going to get the heads up on the coin flip for the night tournament. No scope.
Are we flipping?
Sure. I don't know. I just come up with that. I think we should though. I don't think there needs to be a flip. It just needs to be no scope.
I think the rules are like it's wide open, but I mean the rule it's a Tuesday nighter. The rules can be fluid.
Yeah. The only rule is there's no rules.
I mean, half and half would be cool too if they do that. Wouldn't you like that?
We've only got 3 hours.
Let her rip, Tater Chip. You want it or don't want it, Chris?
I could care less. I think let's go no scope, old school, and beat the bank. See if we can come up with 5 good ones.
Yeah.
All right, let me read through some teams, and you guys tell me what you're thinking of your competitors. Kyle Squared, Kyle Welcher, and Kyle Patrick.
They're cooked. They're
Why?
good. They just are.
I feel like if Patrick's on the back deck, he'll be walking around in circles, just pacing because he can't control the boat. Like he's just got to be going somewhere.
All right. How about Drew Benton and Mike Iaconelli?
Oh, we're going to slap them around like little punks.
Why?
That's the confidence.
Just because it's a Tuesday night tournament. We got to talk some trash.
Yeah. All right. Now, I don't know if you can talk trash about these next guys. Drew Cook and Jason Christie. That's a freaking pretty solid team.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm going to let Chris take that one.
Hopefully Cook will just get stuck on a bed and bass and Chris will be backboated and they'll be screwed. That's what we can hope for.
Yeah.
They're pretty solid.
Yeah.
But we got it.
3 hours. What's that going to change? That's going to change. I like it. To me personally, I've always said it. I know you guys hate hearing this, but I've always thought tournaments are too long. Like if you make things shorter, it becomes more exciting to me. It doesn't matter whether it's like if I tell you I can do a Rubik's Cube, you'll be like, oh, that's pretty boring. But if I tell you I can do it in 2 minutes, you're not going to look away. 3 hours will make it a lot more fun in some ways. What do you guys think of that? How will it affect things?
It's going to be fast paced.
Yeah, I mean, intense. Like, there's no time to run. I'm pretty sure Lou likes to run around because I see him in tournaments going 14 different ways. So we probably won't be able to do that for 3 hours, but it's going to be intense. And you maybe won't be able to go after five pounders. It'll be kind of catch what you can really quick.
So what are the hours on this deal? Because I grew up fishing night tournaments. I don't really do it much anymore, but I fished a lot. And so what are the hours? Because there's a big transition when it goes from daylight to dark. I don't know. It's crazy, the transition.
I don't think it goes straight dark. I think it's like it's 3 hour tournament starts at 4 o'clock. So it won't be that late as far as I know.
So it's
going to go to dusk, basically.
Perfect.
It's going to get to the point where you guys are like, I wish we could stay for 1 more hour and it'll be fire, but you'll have to come in.
Yeah, I'm chill with that.
That one. I've never fished a night tournament in my life. I've never made a cast for a bass once the sun goes down.
Well, you won't have to. You won't have to.
Honestly, it's overrated. So all the night tournaments that I've fished in my life, I pretty much was done once it got dark. You know, the ones that I won were pretty much always won before it got dark.
So you think the night bite is overrated?
I do, yeah. I mean, you hear like growing up, the best fishing in the summer's at night. Nah, I don't agree with that because I fished a lot. Even all-nighters, like dark to daylight. I've never caught them that great at night. Now, like around the shad spawn, I might get robbed right here, boys. Around the shad spawn, it's actually really good.
God, that would be so good for the podcast. Are you getting robbed right now? Don't get robbed.
God.
You picked the wrong parking lot to pull over in.
I did.
Has the assailant moved away from your vehicle, or is he still committed to staring at you?
Committed.
Well, if we hear breaking glass, we'll call 911, okay?
All right. Y'all are a long way away from me, but just go ahead and send them my way.
Other than your...
Do what?
Let's get a look at him. Is he still standing there?
Oh, yeah.
I think we intimidated him. The camera intimidated him. Look, no, he's... well, I mean, there's nothing I can say there without getting into it. Yeah.
So back to business. Chris, we got to slap these boys around.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
We do.
We'll get cooking a couple maybe pints the night before or something. I feel like that might be his kryptonite.
For sure.
I've seen him get pretty well. So we'll get him lit up.
Maybe Christie will just win the Arkansas River and he just won't even show up, maybe.
I think he's still going to show up.
Well, I did hear him say the other day that, who was it? Wait, he said if he drew Cook, he wasn't even going to bring a rod.
I bet he brings one. I know he did say that, but I bet
Cook's going to backboat him on a bedded bass. I guarantee it.
For sure, but he'll be throwing that spinnerbait and he'll catch like 2 6-pounders or something. And but hey, we only got to beat him by an ounce.
Yeah.
What's a good weight? What are we shooting for on a Tuesday night or on table ride? I don't even know what's good. 14 pounds?
I ain't got a clue. With 3 hours, basically no practice. I mean, I would say 14 would probably be pretty strong.
We'll find out. What concerns you about your partner? Both of you answer this question.
I'll take it first. We're going to be driving around the whole lake, and we'll fish for 1 hour out of 3.
Oh, hey, I'll let you drive.
I don't want to drive. I'm along for the ride. You put me in the back of the boat.
So I wonder, can we use nets? Because honestly, until I started fishing the opens, I had always used one. And then the first 5-pounder that I hooked in the open, I kind of freaked out. And ever since then, I realized how overrated nets are.
No nets. And I agree with that rule. Like, you do get that tossed around, but to me, that's such a huge part of the you know what I mean? Like, to me, in every sport, whether it's baseball or whatever, there's the moment. The moment of, like, does he catch the ball? If you gave that dude a giant glove and just said, you can catch it 20 feet in the air, it doesn't make it as exciting. And that's what nets are to competitive fishing. I get there's a fish element to them, but I think as far as I know, it's Bassmaster rules, so it'll be no nets. So there'll be no net man required.
I'll be honest with you, I'm a terrible, terrible fish lander. Like, you better boat flip it. If you get a 5-pounder, just boat flip it.
Just flip it.
Don't let me stick with it.
Yeah. We're flipping. I mean, nowadays we don't use light line anymore anyways. Like, we use 12, 14-pound leaders on spinning rods. Just boat flip them.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think you don't use light line as much as you once did?
Well, so I think for several reasons. One reason is probably not what you're looking for, but I think a lot of the techniques that we're doing now with the scope, the heavier line has more drag, so it slows down the forward movement of your bait. It has more lift. But also, I think we've proven that not always, but a lot of times, the line size don't matter. as far as the fish biting. Now, it definitely, I think it affects what your bait does more than the fish biting it or not, because they see the line or not.
Gotcha. And just so you know, I wasn't looking for anyone. I was just asking a question. I wasn't looking for anything specifically. Speaking of looking for something, is that guy still looking for something at your window?
Probably, but I don't see him anymore.
Okay, you're safe. All right.
Yeah,
so,
safe.
All right.
Add to that
one last
thing, Dave, really quick. I think I beg to differ with some techniques. I think line matters, but with our new techniques, I think the fish see these new lures and they're so intrigued by them. They're like, oh, I gotta go check that out. They don't even care about the line. They forget about it. But if you throw a stupid drop shot out there and they're down there looking at it, then I think the line matters. But I just think these new lures, they're so curious. They're coming up to these baits and they don't even think about line.
Yeah, I agree with that.
How long is that going to last for in some of these baits? Like Kyoki, we brought it up. How long is that going to last where that spins a fish's head around?
I don't know.
I don't either. I think it'll always be a thing, but I don't think it's going to be the thing for a super long period of time. Because I think my theory with the koiki, I don't think it's something that they want to eat. Maybe it is, but I think it's something that they're just curious about. And they don't have hands.
Yeah. I've said that always. I think it's a cat toy. It's something you can shake in front of them and it moves without moving. And that's, what do you think, Chris?
Same thing. I think they're just curious and they're like, I've never seen that thing before. But I think in like probably 2 years, when every bass has seen one of them, been hooked by one, they'll be like, you're not tricking me with that thing anymore. That's my opinion, but we'll see what happens.
By that point, we'll have new cat toys. There'll be, it's going to continue to evolve. Okay. We're all done here. Just one last opportunity for both of you to trash talk the competition. Why is the team of New Johnston going to win this event?
Dude, we've got the last two AOIs.
And we got new as a tackle.
I've got all the tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
pretty simple.
Yeah.
Let's get it on.
Chris is going to catch all the bass. I'm going to have him more tackle right there waiting on him for when he tears it up. We're going to whip them boys. Slap them around like little puppy dogs.
And it'll only take 3 hours.
That's all it takes. Tell them to bring the heat. They better bring it.
There's only one man that can stand in the way, and he's outside of your window. Thank you, guys.
All right. We'll see you tonight.
Let's just say like a little prayer that I actually make it there and not get murdered.
I'm hoping. We'll pray for you.
Avco not only makes incredible outdoor clothing, but they care about anglers with their 10% pledge. Avco and the Shed family donate at least 10% of the company's profits to conservation and making fishing better. Now back to the show.
The team of Cook and Christie. You guys kind of willed this into the universe. But, you know, when I asked you at Mercer in the morning who you wanted to fish with, you both kind of, I mean, Christie, you were very political about it. You didn't want to offend anyone, but you both kind of wanted this to happen, and now it's happened.
Yeah, we need to do something with it, don't we?
That's right. We don't need to leave a good opportunity on the table.
Have you guys ever fished together at all?
Mm-mm.
We have all the momentum in the world, as I just found out. I mean, obviously, Jason Christie won his 9th Bassmaster event just a couple weeks ago. But he's not the only winner on this podcast, is he, Drew Cook?
No. Got a big W. I mean, it's not. It's a little bit above an elite, but it's not. Nothing crazy. The Talquin Open.
34 pounds. You and Finn.
Yeah, me and Finn, just under 34.
It was
awesome.
I bet. Christie, does that make you feel a little pressure? I mean, his last co-angler really did well.
Yeah. I think I need some relief. I'm probably going to feel like Finn just standing next to him and watching him fish for him. I'll grab him with my hands whenever he hooks him.
I doubt that. I'm bringing a net.
Oh, I forgot. We can have a net, can't we?
There ain't no rules. Absolutely. I'm having a net.
I don't think you can have a net. I think it's Bassmaster rules, isn't it?
I haven't seen anything about that. It's a Tuesday nighter. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm leaving in the morning to go up there and practice. I'm gonna go up until I'll probably miss the first day of the Elite Series practice because I'll still be at Table Rock and then get back and practice for a day at the house.
Yeah. I'll probably still work out all right for you, I imagine.
Yeah, it'd be like that other Oklahoma guy that mowed his grass that one time before a tournament.
Yeah, I wouldn't fish that lake today, and I actually thought about that whenever I was fishing. We were filming, and I was like, Tommy Biffle didn't even practice and came out here and won an event. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. Like, what is the starting time? Do you know?
I believe it's 4:00.
Oh, that's good. So 4 to 7, because most of the Tuesday nighters, they start at like 6 and then you end like right at dark, which you only have 3 hours. You only have an hour, hour and a half or 2 hours of good light, and then you're kind of twilight the rest of the time. So this ought to be really good.
What do you guys think of this concept?
I think it's awesome. I mean, honestly, who doesn't want to see? I'm just excited because I get to fish with Christie, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't care if it was for a Tuesday night tournament on live or just a Tuesday. Like, I'm pumped. My son is more pumped. He's Christie's number 1 fan, Welcher's number 2, and I'm just down here somewhere.
You probably went up a little after this weekend, though.
Yeah. Probably a little bit. I might be above Welcher now, but I'm still not up there, Christie.
Christie, you going to fish? I mean, you once told me if I get Drew Cook, I'm just going to sit back and watch.
I really don't think I have to. I mean, like, seriously, I know what we're going to do. I can tell you right now. I know what we're going to do, and I got a pretty good idea of the area that we're going to do it. So this is the best opportunity that I'm going to have to sit back and watch the Master.
Is there a set boundary where we can go?
No, I think Mike said he was going to limit it just so we weren't running, the whole time of the tournament. So I thought he said 10. We got plenty of water to fish, I promise you.
I was kind of hoping they were going to do it in like a smallish creek to where everyone got to hear a fish like jump. Cool. And we'd all talk trash, like it'd be fun.
Yeah, make it like a skins tournament in golf where everybody gets to see what's going on. There's nonstop trash talk. I mean, that might be evolution too of this event, because my opinion from the first time I heard about it is I love the 3-hour thing. I love the fact that it's going to be intensified. And I don't think the world is ready for the trash talk. This group of humans, you take any 8 guys from the Elite Series, you're the most confident humans on earth. I mean, I just feel like one of the cool things about the Elites is there's so much pressure, but that pressure also kind of stifles some of that, chirping of each other. I don't think that's going to be stifled in this event at all.
Nah, it's going to be full bore, I believe. Especially because we all kind of know each other pretty good. We all know each other good enough to where we'll probably dish it out. Or at least I know one other team that I don't care. It's game on with them.
What team would that be?
The person that I've lived with for 10 years. Yeah.
That is actually both Drews, and they got Christie and Iaconelli on the back deck of their boat. That is actually a great. I would tune in just to watch the 4 of you go at it. Yeah. Why are you guys going to beat them?
Because we're going to catch way more bass and bigger bass than them.
Bigger bass.
They're 2 boats. Hey, I had a question while you were talking. Is betting legal in Missouri? Like, can we side bet and stuff?
I don't think there's any rules. I'll take the money. I'll gladly be the bookie.
We get a little Calcutta going, and this thing can get up to $100,000 like an Elite Series event.
Yeah, be like one of those Marlin tournament Calcuttas.
Yeah,
where the entry fee is $5,000. You're gonna win $5,000 from the tournament, but you're fishing for a couple $100,000.
Well, this is your opportunity to make it happen. All the other teams are going to be part of this. What do you want it to be? Like, let's throw the gauntlet out. What kind of bet are we putting on the line here?
I'm good with whatever. I got Drew. I mean, literally, I'm not going to bring a fishing rod. I want to stand there and I just count my money the whole time.
Yeah, I bet. We might end up going and throw a spinnerbait.
We might. Yeah,
it'd be more beneficial for me to go throw a spinnerbait, I can promise you.
Yeah, looking at the weather next week, that's going to be a good possibility on Table Rock. We're supposed to, all 7 days during the Arkansas River, rain. So we could have that. There could be some dirty water at Table Rock.
I wouldn't mind throwing a couple hundred out there.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. Well, I'll run it past everybody else. If you guys were applying for this job to be part of this team, Jason Christie, you're the back boater, which I want to talk to you about how you're going to adjust to that in a minute. But first of all, if you were applying for this job, what do you, Jason Christie, bring to this team? What asset do you have?
The biggest hands, like all he has to do is get close to the boat and I can grab it. I'll bring some good snacks and some good drinks. I won't bring a whole lot of tackle. And I'm just there for emotional support whenever he's fishing for one.
What do you bring to the team, Cook?
Oh, I got some eyeballs. And I got a rabbit foot up my butt, apparently. It's what I've been told for years. So I'd take the rabbit foot over anything.
Christy, how do you think you'll adjust to being when's the last time you were not the captain of your ship?
I think I was 17 or 18, probably a senior in high school. I've went fishing a couple of times with buddies, and stuff. But as far as fishing a tournament, even, the couple of Tuesday night jackpots we fished in the last few years, we take my boat. It's wrapped and everything. But yeah, it's been a long time. It's going to be weird. Not having a windshield. You're sitting over there, you don't have your hands on the steering wheel. You don't decide where you go. That's why with me, I don't have to decide where we go. It's all up to Drew. All the pressure's on him.
Are you feeling the pressure, Drew?
I like it. I'll take it. That's fine.
I feel, who I feel sorry for is for the riders and the media on Monday.
Why?
Yeah, because I'm practicing.
Yeah, because there's a 5-pounder, but I'm not. We're going to save that till tomorrow. We're not going to catch that. We're going to save that one till tomorrow. So, yeah, we're going to be going down the bank. They're going to be asking questions. We'll be going down the bank on high, just looking.
We're priming them up. We'll have a 5-pound first flipper. That's how we'll start the deal. We'll be good to go.
I like the sounds of that. All right,
I think it's only 3 fish, isn't it?
I thought it was 5.
Oh,
is it 3? I don't know.
I don't know. I might be making stuff up. I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was 3 or 3. I don't know, but it might be 5.
I might take that. We'll take our 3 against their 5.
Oh, dang. I like the sounds of that. We'll find out the rules. Everything I say here is not. We're all just going to show up, and the rules are the rules. I'm going to run through some teams, and you tell me how you feel that team will gel together. Kyle Patrick and Kyle Welcher. Kyle Welcher is the captain. Kyle Patrick is the fruit bat that's going to run around on the back deck.
I don't know. Those are like opposites might attract in that deal, I guess.
Bryan New and Chris Johnston.
Opposites attract again. That's the thing is like, you think about that. Yeah. You think of their fishing, I would think they're pretty opposite, not even counting their personalities on both of those boats. There's 4 different personalities and 4 different styles of fishing.
There's 2 slow and methodicals and 2 haywires. And they're not together.
Welcher said he thinks he could be the yin to his yang or whatever direction that goes. But he thinks that he could help calm him down. How about Benton and Iaconelli?
There we are again. One of them's kind of laid back. One of them's all about it. And hopefully they can be the yin to their yang too. Hopefully not. Hopefully they clash and it doesn't work out.
Cook, what are you hoping that Jason Christie brings to this team? Like what in your head? You've wanted to fish with Christie for a long time. What in your head are you looking forward to seeing?
Either something swimming a jig or something with a spinnerbait. Like, I hope he gets in the boat with a swim jig and a spinnerbait. Like, we're going to catch those bass. Make my day.
Same question to you, Christie. What are you hoping Cook brings to this team?
4 waypoint, or actually, if the limit's 5 waypoints. People watching this, they just don't understand. I have done this for 30 plus years. Since I was in high school, I did it to make money. And there's just parts of it that, I don't go with other people. So for the most part, I learn on my own. But to go with somebody that knows how to catch them and knows what they're doing and everything. I wish it was an 8-hour tournament because I just feel like I would learn a lot. And I have questions, like I watched him on live, like walk us through a fish catch once. His pants were half down, but he walked us through a fish catch. I don't know why I can't say that. And he's talking about, the fish doing this and the fish doing that. And some of it, I kind of got, but I'm going to be all eyeballs and ears whenever he's fishing. I keep talking like that. The lake's probably going to be 30 foot high and muddy. Yeah.
I hope it's not. God, I hope it's not.
How much experience do you guys have on Table Rock?
I have a good bit.
I think there was an open championship there one time.
Yeah.
Wasn't there? Yeah, in 2018. I didn't weigh in either day. The first day I hit a rock and folded my prop in, lost a lower unit. The second day I hit the back of every river and ran out of gas a mile away. Because it was a win or nothing, So,
this one will probably go better than that.
Yeah.
I have a story that might beat that. We fished BFL regional there once, and I was running way up the white, and I had enough to make the All-American about 1 o'clock. So I came back and fished around the boat. Not around the opposite side of the lake of takeoff. I put the trolling motor down and started fishing just so I'd be close. And I was in the first flight, and about 15 minutes left. I was like, well, I'm going to go in early. And I hadn't picked up the trolling motor since 1 o'clock. And I go to start the engine and the battery's dead. And you think you're right there, and being the first flight, nobody ran around me. And I panicked. I was 9 or 10 minutes late and missed the All-American because, I did everything I should. I came back early and all that stuff. And that's been a long time ago. That's whenever I was running not good batteries.
It's funny. I was talking to somebody the other day about how crazy that used to be with batteries. Before, every way, and there was always somebody holding onto the back. While you were trolling motoring in, there was always somebody holding onto the back of somebody's boat because it was just routine that your batteries would burn out, and your batteries were doing 1/10 of what they do now. So it's pretty wild how far that's come. But I look forward to watching you two. What are we talking?
It's going to be a good time either way, no matter what happens.
What kind of snacks are we talking about, Christie? You said you bring snacks.
I don't know, Drew. What do you like? I got deer meat.
Some snack sticks.
Snack, yeah.
Be good.
Deer sticks.
Yeah. Protein.
Yeah.
Like it.
All meat.
And in the live well too, right?
Absolutely.
All meat. Team, all meat. Go get it, boys. Thank you.
I've run a Yamaha outboard for over 30 years. It has got me home safe each and every time. If you enjoy this podcast, remember, Yamaha supports it and they care enough about you to make this ad read very short. Now back to the show.
So if it looks like we're doing this one in the middle of the night, guess what? We are doing this one in the middle of the night. Drew Benton, you're getting ready to go turkey hunting. Mike Iaconelli, are you back in America or still in Paris?
Back in the United States, got back in late last night. My time zone clock's all messed up, but still rocking the beautiful fashion. You know, the double scarf is very important if you're a Parisian. So I want to fit in as much as possible, Dave.
Yeah. Do you think you bring the double scarf to professional bass fishing?
Well, you know, I feel like the whole thing of fishing is getting stale. So new looks are important. You know?
Drew Benton, do you ever see yourself wearing a double scarf?
That's a big negative for me. Unless it's like super cold like Gunnersville was this year, a scarf's a no-go for me.
Yeah, there's certain temperatures where fashion doesn't matter anymore. Like that's what I've noticed. People are like, I would never wear that. Then it gets cold enough that you're like, I don't care. Give me a potato sack. If this first few minutes hasn't already explained, you two are different individuals, but you have to come together as one in this Tuesday Night Live. Have you had a chance to speak to each other since finding out you were partners?
No, this is actually the first time. Yeah. I'm excited. You know, honestly, like there's two things going on. One is, Drew, I always wanted to fish with you. I've known you for a lot of years. And, you know, now that I'm exiting, I'm glad I have this opportunity to fish with you. You're one of the coolest cats out there on tour. And I want to say this now that we're live and this is public. Drew, I'm your co-angler. Trust me. I'm your rider. So you're making all the decisions. I ain't thinking about shit. I'm jumping on your boat with a couple rods and a tackle bag, and I am your co-angler. So I'm stoked to fish with you. But the other thing is, dude, the whole Tuesday night, Thursday night premise, it's one of the reasons I got into sport. When I was young, I got to fish them here in South Jersey. And it was something that had an energy to it that was special. Now that my son Vegas, I've been letting him fish Tuesday. We have Thursday nighters, but he's been fishing Thursday nighters since he was like 10. So there's a mystique about that style tournament. So to fish the first one, to fish it with Drew, I'm super happy.
Drew, how you feeling about your co-angler draw, coming down the dock with way too many rods, a giant tackle box, a beret, and a double scarf?
Well, one thing about team tournaments is feeding off the energy. And I think that my team partner is going to bring the energy. You know, growing up watching Ike, from when I was a kid and getting started, he's always brought the energy, whether it's, if it's a 2.5 pound giant or a dog barking on the bank or whatever, he always brings it. And in a team tournament, in that format, you kind of feed off each other. And I think it's so relatable to everybody that'll be watching, all the fans. You know, when they go fish a tournament, it's a team tournament 90% of the time. So it'll be a fun twist for what we do. And I'm excited to do it.
So that's what Ike brings to the team. But if you were applying for this job, and I'm going to give you both this opportunity, Drew Benton, what do you bring to this team?
Well, hopefully for this time of year, it's my eyes and what I like to do. But, early spring, this time of year, it's all dependent on weather. And I don't have a lot of history or knowledge about the lake we're going to. So I don't know. I don't know what I really bring other than just excited to go fish a team tournament. It's always fun to pair up with your buddy and just go fish and enjoy. Because, when you're out there in an elite event or you're out there and practice by yourself, you kind of got to be your own cheerleader, your own hype guy. Now you've got that in the boat with you, and you've got to hype your partner up. So I'm going to have to kind of bring the energy too. I'm going to kind of have to come out of my shell a little bit and make Ike do a little break dance, or maybe we'll get in a screaming match or something. I don't know. We'll have a good time.
I don't think you break dance anymore. I think you're more of a mime nowadays. Is that?
I used to be really good at break dancing, but at 54, I just break. There's no dance anymore. I don't even break. But no, it's awesome. And I tell you what I bring is I said earlier, but I am a badass co-angler. And honestly, like I'm excited because whether we're looking with the machine or looking with our eyes, I'm really, really good at catching those stragglers. So I love it. I love the fact where I have to fish used water and I have to try to figure out a way to catch another fish. I love that. But, selfishly, man, I'm getting in the boat with one of the best sight fishermen in the world, the best sight fisherman alive. And I'm not great at it. So, for me, it's not only a great opportunity to get to fish with Drew and have a fun day, the friendship, but it's also an opportunity for me to learn. So I'm excited. So I selfishly, I hope they're on beds everywhere.
Me too.
I think Jason Christie agrees. He's fishing with the other Drew. It's only going to be 3 hours. That's a lot different than what you guys are used to competing in. Good thing, bad thing.
I mean, I like it. I like the short amount of time. I think it creates a little urgency, which urgency always makes for good TV. Whether it's good or bad, it always makes for good TV. So I like the urgency fact to it. And, I do like the fact that this is kind of just a go fish. And I do miss that about the sport a little bit. I think we all, we got away from just going fishing. And this feels like that kind of event where we're just going to go fishing. And I like that. I think the fans watching will appreciate that point of view. And it's probably going to be the best 3 hours of my whole season.
I mean, you've had some good times already. I mean, I think a lot more good times ahead, but Benton, 3 hours for you. I'm a big fan of it. What is your thought?
Well, I mean, generally speaking, when you're having to look for them, you kind of need some time, but there's going to be a lot of things going on. We're both going to be fishing. Should be action packed. Table Rock, from what I understand, is full of fish. So we're going to swing the bat a lot, and it's probably going to come down to one or two key bites, and in a 3 hour time period. I mean, it's going to be anybody's ball game, so it's going to be a fun, exciting, action-packed deal. So,
yeah.
All right, I want to roll through a few of these competitive teams that you got to beat, and just so you know, I want you guys to win. And I'm not just saying that. Well, I am just saying that because we're talking right now. But Bryan New and Chris Johnston, what do you think of that team?
I like that team. That team seems like polar. That seems like polar opposites to me. Chris seems very just focused and sort of in his zone, and Bryan's all over the place. Bryan's literally like, and I say this in a nice way, he's like psychotic. He's like a manic, psychotic angler. He's part Charlie Hartley. You know what I mean? Part Matt Greenblatt. If you could mix those two guys together.
Hell of a cocktail.
You would end up with Bryan New. But I like that. I like that team. I think that's kind of the polar opposites going to make a good team for those guys. I got trash to talk on that.
I feel like Bryan New's going to have way too many rods on the deck for Chris Johnston to even fish with him. He normally, in a normal event, Bryan New has 37 or 38 rods on the deck. So there's no way they're going to be tangled up the whole time. It's going to be a disaster in that boat for sure.
You're right. And listen, Drew, if they end up taking Bryan's boat, he's got those stupid ass styrofoam things on the front deck. How are they going to fish up there? Yeah. Them things are like 20 foot long. They stick up like 3 feet off the deck.
Yeah, there's going to be an over/under bet on who falls in the water and out of that boat for sure.
All right. Speaking of opposites, how about Kyle Squared, Kyle Welcher, and Kyle Patrick?
Oh gosh!
Wow! Wow! Well, that team's automatically they're at the bottom of the list because Kyle Welcher is going to be laughing the whole time at Kyle Patrick's face. So
crazy eyes.
That's good. Like I'm glad they drew out because Welcher's a killer, and he won't be able to focus because he's looking at the crack addict in the back with the lip. So it's going That'll be great, man.
I will never forget the first time that I ever met Kyle Patrick. We shared an Uber. I believe it was at a Classic. And my wife looked him straight in the eye after being around him for about 10 minutes and said, "You're really annoying." And we still joke about that to this day. Kyle called me the other day and I said, "You know what, Kyle? I'll just end with this. You're really annoying."
I give them credit, though. I'll tell you, most people, they want they create a brand and they want really cool things in their brand. They want cool logo and cool imagery and cool colors. And he's just got white stuff around his lips. So I like that, I like that he's being different, which props to that. But
I've never seen somebody care more about skincare in my life. I mean, I have been this far from Tommy Biffle's lips interviewing him and been just like, "Ooh, you need some of that zinc." And now that I see it on Kyle Patrick, I'm like, "Tommy, you're fine. You're fine."
It's hard to tell if he's dressing up to fight a bull at a rodeo or go bass fishing. Is he a clown or is he a bass fisherman? I mean, come on.
All right, here's a scary team: Drew Cook and Jason Christie.
Yeah, that's the team to beat. I mean, that's the team to beat in my eyes. Jason coming off a big win. Jason, one of the best to walk, and then Drew is just, again, like, Drew is the best sight. You two guys are the best sight fishermen alive. So that's a scary team. That's the one on the list that actually scares me, that I look at and I'm like, "Ooh, that's the one. That's the guys we got to beat."
Yeah, but Ike, you say that, you're coming off a little bit of momentum. You got a top 10 at Tom Bigby. You got the ship righted, I feel like. You going to wear the vest? You going to wear the vest in this team derby?
I might pull out some old school tricks for this one. I definitely feel like, part of the success for me this year has been just, knowing it's my last year, like, I'm trying to relive a lot of things and soak it all in. So, this might be one of those tournaments where I think I'll wear some retro stuff and just have fun. That's the key. Like, literally, I'm going to say this, and we could look back in August and be like, Ike was full of shit. But I feel like one fish this year, I flipped under a dock in a pocket I'd never been in at Lake Martin, just fishing. And I caught a 5.5 pounder. I feel like that fish changed the outcome of my season. I really do. Like, I feel like that one fish changed the path for me this year. So hopefully I'll keep that momentum, rock some old school gear. We'll be good to go.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. You guys have both given us great moments over the years, but I'm going to give you both an opportunity. Ben, what's your favorite Iaconelli moment over the years that stands out to you, whether you were there to see it or you watched it on television? What's the moment?
I would have to say the moment when he broke the fish off. No. Let me think about this. The fish got him hung in a brush pile. Yes, there's been a lot of moments. When he got the fish hung in a brush pile, I can't remember which event it was, but it was way back. And he got it out. And everybody thought he was just hung, and he got it out, landed the fish, and he says, "I feel a breakdance coming on. And he starts sliding the rods and does it. And I'm like, that dude's the freaking beast.
The breaking of the line was a strong one too. Dude jumped out of the camera, boat, hold on to the boat, and grab that line. Was that skill or luck?
It was 100% luck, but there was some skill. The thing is, I think all anglers at this level, you have a lot of things going on physically that you don't even realize. Honestly, like it's a little bit of a Superman Clark Kent thing going on. And I think when you're in the zone and you have all that stuff happening in your mind, you can do things that you don't think you could do. And you got to remember, by the way, that was at Table Rock. So I feel like maybe that'll connect some positive energy to us as well. But you got to remember, that was like the third day of an elite event where I was vying for Angler of the Year. And I knew how important a keeper was. That tournament was back when we ran all the way to October. They had 11 events from spring to fall. And like that fish could have been the winning AOY fish. And so all that pent up energy is there. And, you do things like I could have overturned a car, for crying out loud, if someone was trapped. So, but I think that's good. Those kind of things happen. And there's a lot of energy and a lot of mental stuff that goes on in the sport you don't realize. So looking for some of that in a few weeks with Drew,
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Hey, Ike, one of my favorite prize pieces, you've given me a piece of memorabilia down at my bar. You are both memorabilia folks. We love the old stuff, especially connected to sport. He kicked the crap out of a windshield, Drew. Kicked the crap out of it. Smashed that windshield. And I was lucky enough to have that hanging in my bar, and he signed it, "Never grow up." If he gets mad, are you okay with him kicking the crap out of some of your stuff? Because it is going to be your boat.
I mean, go wild. Just go wild.
I won't kick it. No.
I did leave out a part of that fish catch. You did kick the crap out of your graph when you thought that was hung up in that brush pile. And I remember that.
There's ruined equipment all over the country. I don't know, just something about taking your frustrations out on an inanimate object makes me feel really good,
And hey, you've made it when you can kick the crap out of stuff and somebody else hangs it up in their bar and says that's a prize. I mean, I kick the crap out of stuff and it's just junk that's laying around in my shop. You kick it out and it becomes history.
Wow.
So I look forward to, are you ready for this? I look forward to seeing Team Bent Ike kick the crap out of the competition.
Wow, I like that team name. Man, that's good. Well, it's going to be a great event, and it is the first one. I feel like there's going to be a lot of momentum that happens off of this, so hopefully it'll be a success. And at the end of the day, this is a chance for me to fish with the guy that I've got to fish against my whole life, and now I get to fish with him, and that's special. So I'm excited. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
It'll be a fun one. Thanks, guys. And I'm glad you like the team name. It's better than some others. We also have New Johnston.
Oh, well, all these penis and this is innuendo of the penis.
I didn't. There was not an Bent Ike was just Benton and Iaconelli. There's nothing to do with your.
It's not. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Peyronie's disease.
Oh, that's a 30% bend. I heard about that.
Yeah, it's the Peyronie's disease where you get a hook in your penis, and if it's too bad, it can be painful. And they have to get medication and all that. But there's positives to it as well. But we won't talk about that. This is a different podcast.
These are things you're going to learn about on Tuesday Night Live. Don't miss it. Thanks, guys. All right, you've heard from them all. Let me know in the comments, what team are you picking? Who's going to win the inaugural? I say inaugural because I hope this is something that happens over and over again. I am all in for Tuesday Night Live. 3 hours of thunder. Well, hopefully it's not bad weather, but the 3, you know what I say, figuratively speaking, it's going to be fun. Let me know who you think the team to watch is. Also, let me know in the comments you think the team that's going to have the hardest time working together. And make sure you check it out. April 21st, starting at 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern Time. It is Bassmaster Tuesday Night Live. It's going to be really, really cool. So mark it in your calendar. Do it right now. Let me know in the comments. I'm excited about it. This is going to be a fun one. Now for an awkward transition. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm just doing this way too much. The bass fishing world lost another great man this past week, and a man I was lucky enough to call a friend, Marty DeShields. Marty was an incredibly talented Bassmaster videographer, shot a lot of saltwater stuff, just a great talent. Some of the amazing things that you've seen over the years came through Marty's lens. Many people know him
as Chigger. Also played a comedic character in Bassmaster events, but his real job was a camera guy, but an incredibly funny, amazing guy. Ironically, Marty picked me up at the very first Bassmaster event I ever worked, the Bassmaster Classic. He picked me up at the airport. We worked on this project that nobody ever got to see. At one point, they actually had me dress as Ray Scott, as Fish Fishburne, as Keith Allen, like as all the former Bassmaster MCs. Me and Marty worked on this really cool video that I wish at some point saw daylight, but it didn't. I think people were nervous that it was a little too offensive or whatever. It was a tribute to the forefathers, but it was my first Bassmaster Classic, so they probably made the right decision. But you can't put guys like me and Marty and let us go loose and not expect it to kind of go off the rails. But Marty was an amazing, special human being, somebody that always left you with a smile, somebody that always left you laughing. And sadly, he has left us. But my thoughts and prayers go out to Marty DeShields, his family, anybody that was lucky enough to call him a friend. We lost a good one. As I said, I hate saying this over and over again. The last few weeks, we've had to leave a tribute for several people, but I don't know if I say the right thing, but I know that the wrong thing is to say nothing. So hopefully that little tribute helps people connected to it feel a little bit better. But it's just my way of saying thank you to Marty for being an amazing friend. Speaking of being a friend, remember, everybody is fighting a battle. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Call your friends, reach out to your family, give them a hug. Spread kindness, spread happiness. It will make their day better, and in turn, make your day better, and ultimately make the world a better place. Have a great week. Enjoy being. And as always, Bob Cobb, take it away.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, because Bob Cobb of the Bassmasters told you to. You hear?